Hello, sweet souls. How are you? How are you feeling? How are you doing? How are you living, existing during these wild times that we're in? I'm excited to be back with you today. I have a cup of tea. It's dark and moody, and I'm here to speak with you about the most important thing that awakening your soul's voice does for you. It helps you activate your life force energy and your love force energy. And I'm going to speak all about that today after a sip of tea. First and foremost, happy Lunar New Year. I'm recording this on January 29th. Today is the new moon in Aquarius, and it's a beautiful day to feel into your aliveness. And I think it was beautiful that the soul called me in to share what I'm going to share with you today as it drops in, as it arrives in my field. Today is a gorgeous day to really feel into your desires, your dreams, and to think about the inspired action you're going to take from them, with them, in union with them, right? Because your dreams, your desires, they are conspiring with you, right? They are with you. They are collaborators. Today is also 6 Eek in the Mayan sacred calendar. And I won't talk too much about it, but there is a wind of change in the air. And the invitation is to allow the change and to know that you're supported. There is stability around you as you move through the change. So my work is focused on helping you awaken your soul's voice and then helping you activate the life force, or what I like to call the love force energy within you. And, you know, this has been a process for me over 10 years of really going within and listening very, very closely. And I want to describe both of them to you because they're both important. They're both vital to your emergence, to your becoming. And also, the soul invites you to activate the love within you and without you. The love that circles you, the love that moves through you. Let's talk first about life force energy and what that is. At a very basic level, life force energy is your aliveness. Some traditions call it chi or prana. In Mayan cosmology, we might call it coyopa, which is like the snake that coils from the base of the body and moves up and throughout the body. I think of life force energy as aliveness, as awakeness, as the ability to move through this world with the energy to survive, to thrive, right? To tend to yourself, to take action toward further aliveness, whatever that means to you. You are already alive, and yet when I heard my soul's voice, began listening really closely, there was like a lever that was pulled. I'm seeing a lever. My aliveness amped up in a major way. And you and I can have different definitions of what life force energy is, right? But for me, it's the aliveness to survive, to pursue purpose, to pursue survival, to pursue more life force. And my aliveness woke the moment I liberated myself from another or many others, from the external, and I got into my own environment so that I could really hear where my soul wanted me to go and move, and I could follow where my life wished to go. And for me, that ended up being including a lot more movement, because when the life force begins moving through you more actively, like that energy has to go somewhere and be processed. And so I was out in nature far more than I ever had been before. Walking, hiking, jumping into the ocean, right? I just needed to be moving my body in yoga, in all the things that I felt good to do, to tend to the energy, to help to move that energy through me, right? And that took so many shapes, so many forms. And I want to make sure I clearly state that, like, for me, it took the shape of movement. It took the shape of yoga, of strength and flexibility. It may not take that shape for you. You decide. You decide what activates, what feeds that life force energy. But the moment you begin hearing your soul, really listening to it, that life force energy begins moving through you. But I think what's more interesting to me is love force energy and activating that love force within you. And that's what the soul does. The soul activates a force or an energy that's far more evolved than just basic survival. Love force energy is about deepening your relationship with yourself or awakening to the love within. And I often call the soul's voice, the soul's voice is a language and a wisdom that surfaces from within when we get quiet and we listen. And also, it is the language of love, the expression of love that is buried deep within us, that we need to do a little bit of work to access, because we are conditioned away from accessing that well of love, that well of expression within, right? And let's just like step away from judgment. I don't want to blame anyone or anything for that in this moment. In this moment, I just want you to know you are conditioned away from accessing the well of love that is already within you. It is there, right? It's up to you, should you so desire, to listen very closely and awaken that love force such that it overflows from your energetic body, such that it affects your behavior in inspiring ways, such that it kind of like oozes from your body, your cells, your pores, and it takes form in your action, in the love you're able to shower outside of you. And love force energy for me, let's choose some really simple words. It's self-awareness, it's self-forgiveness, it's self-compassion, it's self-love. Those are four of the biggest themes that come up when you begin to hear the soul's voice and allow it to hold you, tend to you, to your tender parts. Love force energy activated within me as I awoke to my soul, its presence, its force, its voice. As I listened to it, really heard it, and as I followed its guidance. I live this life allowing my soul to be the ringleader of all the voices within me. Period. Right? And love force energy allows us to bring awareness, reverence, intention, and gratitude to all the aspects of our life, such that we feel and fill with so much love, and we let it come to the surface, and then it overflows from the cup that we are, right? It also allows you to see your life through more of a ceremonial lens, if that makes sense. It allows you to see your life, every part of your life, as ritual and reverence to self and to all. Remember, like, this is not about necessarily individuating yourself from all. Of course it is. We need you to tend to yourself, your wounds, your loves, your passions, so you can feel more fully integrated, more feel fully present to this life, to this existence. And also in doing that, in allowing that, this love just kind of overflows from you. And you can't not affect your relationships, how you catalyze connections, how you call in the love that you are seeking. And I don't just mean romantic love, right? I mean all love. And I mean not just love with others, friendships, family. I mean love as a force of creation. It allows you to make and create the things you are here to do, you are here to make, should you desire. And I now, in allowing that love force energy to activate within me, I have shifted how I see the world. I see the world through a lens of compassion, and I offer it to myself, and I offer it to all. No matter what, right? And that may be difficult to embrace, and I get it, right? There's a lot of rage and anger on this planet, and I have it too, right? I explore my anger and my rage now. I do myself that kindness to understand it, because anger and rage are beautiful and divine, and underneath it, there is something else. There are some emotions to excavate, right? Anger is often, it can be a front. Rage can be a front for something else, for some wound, for some tenderness within. And now I do myself the service, the love of exploring that anger and that rage, and deciding from the most centered part of me what I'm going to do with that anger and that rage. There is a place for all of it. There is a place for all of you. The soul recognizes and holds all of you with tenderness, with love, with compassion, with forgiveness, right? And when the soul begins to show you that love, you cannot help but radiate it. You cannot help but activate that love force energy within you, and then allow that to overflow from you all over the place, everywhere you go. Everyone sees it, everyone feels it, and you begin to take action that calls in the love that you're seeking during this time on this planet. I teach you how to awaken your soul's voice and activate that love force energy. And, it would be beautiful to say, it's so easy, it's so simple. It's a practice like anything else. And it's something that we can get better at. It's something that we can improve upon. It's something we can learn. I may have came into this body, been born, filled with love force energy. And then slowly I was conditioned away from it. And this phase of my life and my work is about remembering it and teaching you how to remember that you are pure love force energy. And the more you show yourself that love and tenderness, the more it radiates from you, it overflows, and it is offered to all around you, and it improves your relationships. It calls in the love you are seeking, and it taps you into the force of creation energy, which is also love, pure love. And that's what I heard the call to come in and tell you today. I suppose it feels like a little bit of a sermon, but like there was an aliveness about it for the last several days. I heard the soul and I heard the ancestors talk about it. And so I want to thank you for being here and thanks for listening. And listen, if you want to learn more about my work, you're welcome to go to maggiebattista.com and wearemagic.studio. If you'd like to begin to sort of access that well of love within you, I recommend a tool, Ceremonial Cacao, which is a medicine from the earth. I hold ceremonies where you get to sip cacao and sit in reverence in circle with me. And I have an audio transmission over on wearemagic.studio, where you can find all these other videos about listening to the soul. And that transmission is something you can put in your ears while you're sipping cacao and offer the intention and the gratitude and the reverence to it, to the medicine and to yourself as you're beginning to surface the language of love within you. So that's what I've got for you for today. I'm so glad that you've been here, and I promise I'm going to be back again very, very soon. Take care.